Hello to today's video of soulful parenting for early childhood 0 to 7 years. So I'd like to discuss one other concern that I get to hear from parents, again parents of young children, that when I tell them that give them time, give them space, give them freedom, they will be on their own, they will do their tasks on their own. Somehow this is all unbelievable, right? This is unbelievable that how can we just be so lenient and not being strict with the child. How can the child do everything by himself or something like that? Again, don't generalize and don't go to extremes. The point is this. So what usually parents do is, again, parents come up with a concern is that yeah, I followed this. I waited for her until I was patiently waiting for her so that she will come to her meal, or maybe come back from play, or maybe come for sleeping. So whatever it is, whatever again the need from the parent is, it doesn't match with the child's need. All of that stuff happens. Yes, I patiently waited for her till 10 minutes, till 15 minutes. She still wasn't coming. I was seeing when she will come, when she can come to me. I was still waiting, but she just couldn't come. And finally, maybe I burst out shouting, or maybe some other thing that has happened, or maybe they're still trying for 3 days, 4 days, but somehow there is a disturbed reaction that's coming between the child and the parent, right? So what can I do? Does it really work? Does being patient really work? Does being calm with a child really work? How can I actually get things done by her by being patient? So these, again, in this sentence, how can I get things done by her by being patient? Does not gel. There is a conflict. You want to get things done by her. So whose need is it? So again, there is a conflict there. So yeah, how can we do this? How can we resolve this? So I'm going to give you, again, these are not tips or tricks or techniques or tactics to get things done by children when the father is patient and calm. If you're just looking for techniques and tactics to handle children, to deal with children tantrums, just go to Google and search for it. You'll get hundreds of them. But let me tell you, none of these tips, tricks, techniques, tactics will actually work for you if we are not working on our core, if we are not willing to open up our true self, if we are not willing to listen to our own intuition right at that situation. If you are not listening to your own self, your own inner self, your intuition, your true self, your soul, whatever is it, no matter how many tips or tricks or techniques you just you listen to it, okay, let me follow this technique for the next 4 days and see if my child will do what I ask her to do. It may not work out. And then you will go for another technique, another parenting article, another technique, another parenting book, another technique. But things don't work out. Things just don't work out because every child is unique, every parent is unique. The way the parent was parented is unique, and the way the parent is parenting the child depends on the way this parent was parented. So until you go deep into your core and understand what is it that is happening within you, what are some conflicts that are happening within you, why is it that you are getting to experience some of these disturbing situations, or why is it that you are having to react in a disturbing way? Only when you go deep into it, only when you get tuned to your intuition will you get the solution, right? So there will be hundreds of reasons to justify yourself, to justify your negative reaction, to justify your anger. Oh yes, I was already overwhelmed with household work. Maybe there are too many people to take care of at home, or office work, homework, school work, children's school work, whatever it is. There will be hundreds of reasons to justify your frustration, to justify your reaction. But are you looking for the reasons, or are you looking for the solution? There will be hundreds of reasons when you are looking for reasons. When you are looking for a solution, you will get the right solution that actually works for you and your child, between you and your child right at that moment. You need not follow any external tip, trick or technique or tactic to handle tantrums, to deal with children emotions, to deal with child stress, right? So the thing is this, you have to make your core stronger. You have to first go deeper within yourself and understand your beliefs, understand your internal system first. Only then can you understand your child and understand what is actually going on, what is this friction that is happening between you and your child. So yeah, going back to that solution. So I'm not here to give you tips, tricks or techniques. So that was the point that I wanted to elaborate. Yeah, so how can I resolve? I've been waiting, I was seeing if she will come to me. How will I resolve? Let me tell you this. This is not seen on the physical level. You cannot see this on the physical level. On the physical level, you are just seeing a child and you are waiting, that's all. But let me tell you this. The child actually knows, actually understands if the parent is waiting for the child just to test the child. Are you testing the child while you are waiting, or are you trusting the child while you are waiting, right? The child gets this frequency. The child understands the emotions that are going on within you while you are waiting for your child. The child can catch this frequency even though you are not aware of this frequency. Maybe on a physical plane, again on your mental plane, you may not be aware what is actually going on within you. You may be having fear, you may be having frustration, you may be filled with tiredness within, whatever it is. You don't know at what frequency you are actually operating, or maybe you know it. Okay, I'm not telling about that, but the child knows, the child understands your emotions. Are you waiting for the child by trusting your child, or are you testing your child while waiting for your child? And what happens? You must have already guessed it, right? When someone is waiting for you, maybe an adult, maybe you are a child and maybe you are an adult now and maybe you have another grown up. Maybe someone is waiting but you just don't want to go there. I'm not saying so and so specific adult is there around you, but just imagine you are engrossed in your office work. Very genuine example. You are engrossed in your office work and some person is waiting for you, maybe for dinner, your spouse or your whoever it is, waiting for you. So you've replied once, you've replied twice, and again they're still waiting for you, they're testing you. How would you react, right? How would you react? Don't you know I will come at the time when I have time? Why do you have to wait for me? You can do your work, I will do my work, right? What else would you say? So a very similar thing happens with a child, just that the child does not have the ability to answer this way. Please wait, your child will also get, your early child, your young child will eventually get this ability to talk back, and that will show up right after 7 years, around 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. All this kind of piled up frustration, anger, resentment, whatever the child is kind of piling up will ultimately show up around 7 years or 8 years, whenever the child has the ability to show it out, right? So always the physical ability, the mental ability, everything is kind of in sync for the child, in the child's development. So the point is this, getting back to the example, when you would like to test this technique, it's not a technique, it's something that you have to understand internally. You have to trust your child. It's not a technique, it's not that you are testing your child while you are waiting, but you are trusting your child that she will decide, she can decide, she will decide, and she can decide the right time for the right task, right? Did you find this video valuable? Just type out valuable in the comment box and just share something that you've learned from this. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.